So we talk a lot about municipal broadband on this show and the idea of taking the internet out of the corporation's hands, out of big cable's hands, and putting it into the hands of cities and municipalities. I'm working on getting this done in Pasadena, where I live. It's been an uphill battle, to say the least, but we're working on it. The city has not returned my past few emails. I have to go to the planner's desk and present something with him. I'm trying to formulate a plan to make that happen. But anyway, here's some good news in that regard that pertains uniquely to California, but this will affect the rest of the country as well, because California is one of those states where a lot of times other states will follow California's lead. In some cases, not all the time, but in some cases, if muni broadband spreads in a place like New York or California, it's going to spread nationwide. So here's the good news. Cities have broad authority over wireless facilities, California Supreme Court rules. In a landmark decision, the California Supreme Court gave cities a major victory, ruling that the way San Francisco regulates the appearance of wireless facilities is legal and isn't preempted by state law or California Public Utilities Commission's regulation. Its interpretation goes beyond lower court decisions and adopts a narrower view of state-level restrictions on municipal control of telecommunications infrastructure. Okay, so in short, bottom line, California cities can set aesthetic standards for cell sites and have more authority over wireless and wireline infrastructure than they or telecom companies thought. It's a comprehensive defeat for T-Mobile, Crown Castle, and Extenet, who sued the city and county of San Francisco. They'll even have to pay San Francisco legal costs. Although the ruling opens the door to further local regulation of wireless facilities, including stricter aesthetic standards, the extent of that discretion wasn't defined, and there are still federal preemptions of state and local authority that could apply. But today's decision gives California cities a green light to test those limits. So in short, the Supreme Court of California has ruled that California cities do have discretion over their wireless ventures. And this is a good thing because a lot of times there is red tape that the cable companies have put into place preventing California or any other state or any other municipality to do such a thing. But the Supreme Court of California just rules that cities have the ability to regulate these appearances, and they also have the ability to have a say in their wireless pursuits. That includes municipal broadband. So while there are still restrictions that apply in often cases, contracts made with telecom companies and so forth, this is a green light to further explore that. So this is good news for municipal broadband. This is good news for net neutrality. This is good news for the municipal broadband movement across the country, because if California starts spreading municipal broadband, it will do a lot to preserve net neutrality, because that's a huge customer base that the cable company can't exploit, and it's going to spread. It's going to spread around the country. So that's good news for municipal broadband here in California, which in turn will help the rest of the country too. This is a victory. Steve Blum, I need to have him on the show. He is based in California. He can explain the ins and outs of this court case better than I can. But the short summary, the Supreme Court ruled that we do have say in our wireless pursuits, in our cell pursuits. So this is a good thing for cities and municipalities. And bad news for big cable. Yes! Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron.